everybody. This is episode 6 of The Nest with your least favorite host, Michael Keller. Got class coming up in 20 minutes, and I just wanted to bust out a quick, sort of a bite-sized episode today. These are my busy days, so I tend to try to record on Monday, Wednesdays, or Fridays just because I got no class. But goddamn, if these days aren't fucking boring, and I just wanted something that wasn't class to do. Because holy fuck, my teachers don't know what the fuck they're doing with this whole Zoom stuff. But anyway, just polished off a nice meatball sandwich. God, that was good. We use the fucking... Anyone that knows me knows that I'm a Rayo's fanatic. I could take a fucking bath in that stuff. I could use that as fucking lube if I needed to, because Rayo's is just so goddamn good. And, yeah, so I'm just sitting here full as fuck, feeling good before I have to go into class, into Zoom, I should say, for class. But, yeah, so I thought I'd bust out a quick episode because I got nothing to do now. So, let me see. I wrote down some topics for another episode, but I feel like I'll just cover one of them now. I don't really like these. What was I just doing? Yeah, so I was eating the sandwich, and in the background, me and my dad always watch like cooking shows. And what the fuck was it on? It was like this barbecue fucking show. Barbecue Pitmasters, that's what it is, dude. I fuck with any of those kinds of shows, but you can really only eat them. You can really only watch them like when you're eating or right after you've eaten, because it's almost like watching cooking shows can be like watching porn. You need to watch it at really like specific times, you know? You really have to plan it out. You can't just be, Joe Schmo on the bus, hungry as fuck watching a cooking show, or you're going to want to bust your head through a fucking wall. If you're me, at least, because I get downright dirty and ugly when I'm hungry. I could fucking kill someone if my stomach is empty, I swear to God. But now I'm sitting pretty. Full stomach, feeling large. What else is good? Oh, you know what show is great? You know what's like underrated cooking show? Cutthroat Kitchen. It's the most preposterous fucking show ever. It really does not have anything to do with cooking. It just has to do with the contestants being assholes. So, like you sabotage the other cooks, and it's just like who could pay to be the biggest dick here. But that's why I love it. I also, speaking of being like a huge dick, I just thought of this thing I saw the other day. It was some dumbass like BuzzFeed video that I was just like on Facebook. I was scrolling through Facebook. I was just going down a rabbit hole. I saw one video and then just kept scrolling through like the suggested things, and it was like people going on not even like I guess it's a date you'd call it, but two people start off, and then there's like a button in between them, and then whenever one person is like done with the date or they don't like the other person, they press the buzzer, and they get to stay, and the other person has to leave until like they get buzzed out. And I just thought how much fucking fun I would have if I was on that, because I wouldn't even give half the people a chance to sit down before I just buzz their asses right back to the fucking waiting room. I would be the only guy out there, and there's a whole group of them waiting in the back. But Jesus Christ, I just thought that would be so much fun. Because they all try to be like so nice, or they always, get through like their names and the hellos, but then they might buzz it. I would buzz it before their ass even hit the fucking seat. That's how quickly I would make my judgments on those people. I would love to do that. I would love to be on that show if I could. Ugh. I just keep I'm trying to be upbeat, but I just keep thinking that I have this dumbass class coming up right now. And like it's so stupid what professors choose to be like really meticulous and particular about things. Like all my major courses, the professors are pretty chill, but it's like my fucking French class where my professor's being a douche about the work that we need to do. It's like, oh, yeah, I need you to submit all your work to Canvas. And I know that's not a French accent, but that's how he sounds, I swear to God. I have no idea where this dude's from, but he speaks like 6 languages, which I think is pretty cool and impressive because I struggle with one, let alone trying 2. But yeah, these classes are really doing a number on me. Luckily, there's not too much work. It's just having to actually sit there that fucking sucks. But I'm also looking for any new games too. I have an Xbox One here, so if anyone has some good recommendations, please slide them my way. I've also been I have this decent little collection, not even decent, a small collection of just vinyl records that I haven't even touched since high school when I was really into them. But I've started to peruse through a little bit and get back into it. You know what's the stupidest thing ever, in my opinion? Buying vinyl records for albums that have come out within like the last 20 years when vinyl like just isn't even a thing anymore. Like what a waste of money. Because the whole point of buying, like I like buying an album, like my favorite one that I have, or my 2 favorites. I have Led Zeppelin 2 from like right from 1968, and then I have Are You Experienced? Is that what it is? Yeah, by fucking Are You Experienced and Axe as Bold as Love by fucking Jimi Hendrix. Both all those just from the 60s, and it's just cool to think like that's how they were put out, and that's how people first sort of heard them. But like my fucking at school, my career coach, success coach, whatever, I went into her office for the first meeting. First off, her tits were just hanging out in this fucking tight ass booby shirt that she decided to pop on. And on her desk was just a Beyonce album and a Frank Ocean album on vinyl. Like I was at a loss for words. Like when I looked at, like my eyes were just going right from her rack to the vinyl. I couldn't focus on a fucking word she was saying because of the situation that I was in, and it was just how stupid it was. But I was like, all right, you're not like 21 years old and just got back from like fucking Burning Man or some shit. Like, put your rack away, put your shitty vinyl away. No one needs to see that. But yeah, I'm glad I never have to fucking see that lady again. So she can't give me any more bad advice about how to go about my career, quote unquote. But yeah, I was thinking it's finally setting in that college is like over. That feels. I didn't really care at first when I was actually back in San Francisco because I was like, yeah, just I'm fucking over this. It's boring here. Ready to get out of this poor and rich at the same time city. That place is almost like a monarchy, sort of. Like there's just extreme wealth and extreme poverty, and there's not much in between. But I was ready to dip there, but now that I'm back in New Jersey, I'm kind of like, I wish I had a bit more time there to just fuck around and do more fun shit. But I actually saw this video. I think it was last night. I'm a big fan of the Architectural Digest YouTube page. I just like seeing all those giant fucking houses on there. And they had one. It was a $40 million like estate, not estate. I guess $40 million house right in the middle of San Francisco. It was like one full square block, and it had like they said like it has like a bat cave entrance, and this giant like floating infinity pool. All of like the water that was like for the water features and shit was like rainwater and stuff. And I just thought that having that house is just like the biggest fuck you to everyone in that city who's just paying paying out the ass for these small apartments with just bums running around below, and you're just secluded up in your 1 block fucking nice ass house, just jerking your dick while all of us are just, scraping by. But I'm going to break in that fucking place. I'm going to go strangle whoever lives there so I can have it. I'm just going to squat in that house and just be like, nah, it's mine. That's cool. That's like one of my good friends, Justin, in his neighborhood like years ago in high school. Normal neighborhood, but then in like the very back of it, there was just like a $6 million like brick mansion that no one fucking bought because it was just in the middle of Berlin, New Jersey. And so many times, like when I would go over his house, I would just go back and drive past it, and I would be like, if I just broke in there and hid for years, like no one would know. No one would fucking know. Like that's how big it was. Because you could just like, if you knew someone was coming, you could go find some little nook or cranny and just post up in there. Oh, the phone's ringing. Oh, there's that meatball. There's that meatball sandwich coming up. Made my microphone smell like fucking stale bread and beef. Oh. How much time do I have left before class? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So I'm probably about 10 minutes into this. What else is going on that I could talk about? Oh, yeah. I saw this other video. I saw it on fucking on Instagram on the Explore page. It was I think it was one of the hot chicks. It was one of the Hadids, I think, posted this video of this little like sort of like Japanese girl playing "I Wish You Love" by Sam Cooke, and she's just ripping it. Like I play guitar, and I was like, I watched the video, and I like figured out the chord shapes, and my fucking grown adult hands were struggling to keep up with this little fucking girl, this goddamn machine, because she was just running through like jazz chords like they were nothing. And I was just like, holy shit. And also, she sings the song with her accent, which is hysterical. She's like, I wish you love. And then she did a Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra. And she's like, on Jupiter and Mars. I just thought it was so funny. And I feel I can laugh at it because she is really good. And that really doesn't take away from any of her talent. But yeah, I just thought that was the funniest thing but I mean, they're good at anything they put their minds to be fair. They can play guitar if need be. That's such a peculiar instrument for Asians, I feel like. But they do it well anytime I've seen them play, which is no surprise. Surprised more of them don't like. I wish more of them did other shit I was interested in. I've only seen a couple Asian skateboarders, and shocker, they're good. It's like black people too. If they skateboard, they're either really good or they just don't. You know, it's us whites, us crackers who got the in between on that. We fill in the gaps of mediocrity for most things because there's just too many of us. But yeah, I loved seeing that video. It was just cracking me up because she was just so good at it, but also like 6 years old, which is just preposterous. That's also my new favorite word. You're gonna hear me saying that a lot, as you already probably have. But I'm just looking at this record collection that I have. What was with 70s clothes for real and 60s clothes for real? Like, there's such a weird fashion choice to make. Like, I don't know why everyone in the 60s wanted to look like a fucking drugged out baron or earl. Like, they all wore these big ruffled shirts and vests and colorful regalia and such. And I just don't understand the vibe that they were going for at the time. Because they were all supposed to be like, I don't know. It just seemed like they were all about being happy and free, but they're wearing the most uncomfortable, tight, goddamn clothes you've ever seen in your life. Especially in like the 70s too. I always think of those pants that they just ride super high, like up to their belly button. That just looks like it was duct taped around them. It's just got that one button kind of off to the side. Like you're just walking around with a wedgie 24/7 because your pants are hiked up so high, and then the bell bottoms too, or elephant bottoms, whatever you want to call them. I think those are actually two different pants: elephant bottom and bell bottom. I forget what the difference is though. And then the shirts. Oh, they were made out of like fucking steel wool. I swear to God. There's so many of those vintage shops in San Francisco, like on Haight, and I've gone through a bunch of them just, check shit out. And the clothes that they have in there are so goddamn uncomfortable. That's the thing that sucks. Like, you'll find something cool, but you couldn't bear to wear it more than 5 seconds before you'd rather just rip your skin off just so you don't have to feel that anymore. But, I feel like there was also a lot of cultural appropriation back then, back when it was acceptable and cool, which I still think is kind of stupid that you can't rock shit from other cultures without being called out. It's like, yeah, like, what's the point? I'm saying that I like it just because I'm not wearing the exact proper version of it. Like, yeah, I'm not in fucking China where I can get the real thing. So let me just wear what I want. No. I just heard someone talking about, like, the Indian headdresses and how, like, oh, what would you rather see it on, like, some 22-year-old chick with a big set of tits or some crusty old guy? And, I mean, that's really, like, the perfect argument for any of that kind of stuff. Like, it's clothes. It's supposed to make you look a certain way. You're not going to see the queen. It's just wear what the fuck you want. It doesn't matter. But, let me check time again. I'm getting fucking, 3 minutes until this bullshit starts. Oh, I need to watch some more movies too. Now that I got more time, I watched that movie 1917 again recently. So fucking good. World War II, not World War II, World War One. I'm a fucking moron. There needs to be more movies about World War One. Fascinating time. Trench warfare? Are you fucking joking? When someone would just toss like a fucking smoke grenade in your hole and burn your skin off? That would suck. That would suck. I mean, at least like with other wars, I feel like you kind of could get a cool scenery, And Vietnam, you get a nice jungle. World War II, you get these beautiful European cities, but then they get blown to smithereens. World War I, you're literally just in a hole 24/7, getting shit thrown down at you. And I can't think of as someone who gets claustrophobic, I can't think of something fucking worse than that. And I'm not saying also that any of those fucking wars were good, by the way, so don't be a fucking idiot like that. I'm just saying, out of all the places that you could be in war, I'm guessing that a hole in the mud is probably one of the worst spots that you could be. And like no man's land and shit. Like the fact that they even named it that. Like what other war has just named their battlefields just as something so awful, like no man's land? Like once you're up there, you're just gonna fucking die, guaranteed. That shit's so fucked. But yeah, I think that was. I'm gonna turn this one in just for the quick 20-minute pod. I'm gonna do another one Friday, Saturday, probably. I just wanted to pump something out because I got nothing to do right now. So thank you for tuning in. This was the itty bitty episode 6 of The Nest. This is your least favorite host, Michael Keller. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.